let's take a look at this guy here. This is a Zelkova. It looks pretty sad. Well, what happened was when I came back, you see these? They were like that. This whole thing was all covered and just out of shape. So I just whacked it back. Unfortunately, the heat came and burnt. See, the leaves on the inside were not acclimated to the sun, so it burned. Now I have to come in here and clean it up and then put it in some protection so that it has time to recover. The Zelkovas will take the heat, but when the whole thing used to be covered and it was taken, the outside was covering this inside, and then the heat came and burnt the inside, if that makes sense to you. But anyway, I'll go ahead and do a cleanup of this guy here, and then I will put it in a little bit of protection till the new leaves come out. Yep, one of the things I found was after a little vacation, just gone for 10 days, and everything just grew wild. See this weed here, stub? That was taller than the tree. So I'm going to go ahead and just clean this up. Well, it's done. But now, I think it's going to be more critical, right? Because I have very little foliage left. So what's the solution? Put it in more protection. So I'll put it somewhere I have shade, enough shade that it will not burn. Today is the tail end of July. Well, we've had 10 days of 100 plus. That's why it burned. When I was gone, I guess it was in the 90s, mid-90s. And then after it came back and I whacked this back, it got really hot. So now I'm going to be putting it in some protection so that it should be able to come back safely. The other thing I noticed was I think there's some sort of insect that's chewing on the foliage. And in my younger days, I would grab one of the chemicals, toxic chemicals, and spray it, and that'll kill it for sure. Well, now that I'm aging, I'm becoming less tolerant to these chemicals. So the only thing I use now is the organic. And if it doesn't kill it, well, too bad. Because if I go back to what I used to use, it might end up killing me. So anyway, I think it's a minor problem. The sun was more of a problem. But anyway, this goes into an area that has a little bit more protection. Here's another Zelkova. I'm going to show you what I should have done with the first one. Okay, so you could see that some of the leaves are burning a little bit, but not bad. So instead of whacking it back and leaving it in the sun, I should do this. Okay, so this one is in full sun, no protection. So what I should do is see, keeping the outline in these random growth, they get removed. And let's see, up on the apex area. So it will look better if it's open in between, but I'm not going to do it. I learned my lesson, right? So like that. like I was saying, we're at the tail end of July. We've had our 100 and 100 plus weather, and it's cool this week, but we still got so I think I'm gonna stop about here. You know, it would look so much better if the trunk was exposed, but then the trunk could burn. Leaf burning is a minor nuisance. The trunk burning, it could become a problem. Like I was saying, we still got August, and then sometime in September too it gets quite hot. So anyway, I'm going to put this back in full sun because it will not get damaged like the first one I just did. Okay, so this was the two Zelkovas in the middle of the heat wave.